few years ago, I met a researcher from SOAS who is doing a research on the lake Tanganyika. There is a place in the country where I was born, Burundi, that has a pyramid that was replicating what an explorer had seen in Egypt. In the 1900s, there was a Jesuit missionary who arrived in the kingdom of Karagwe, precisely in its capital, Bweranyange. When he arrived there, as he observed how society was organized, he was intrigued. He could not believe that Africans could be this well organized. So the missionary, Leon Delmas, started looking at the possibilities that perhaps these were migrant population who arrived from ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt, of course, we know, was the most researched in terms of ancient history. Of course, that history that's been written is now being reviewed. There are a lot of historical inaccuracies that's been mapped out. In these reports, as reported back to the Vatican and also the monarchy of Europe, who looked to understand better how to better conquer these kingdoms. The kingdom of Karagwe was the only kingdom where the missionary concluded, together with the other explorers, that indeed this kingdom did not need any civilization. In fact, they viewed them as half Europeans because of the structure in the kingdom and the political governance and participation of those who lived in that kingdom. This was the only kingdom that was not colonized. But he also mentioned the people he believed were related to these founders of the kingdom of Karagwe, referring to Ruhinda the first, which is still a mythical person many debate about today. He claimed that the founders of Karagwe were most likely of Nilotic origin. Now, Nilotic is not a tribe as we now know it. It is more to do with those who lived along the river Nile, which I believe would also include the people of southern Egypt all the way down to the African Great Lakes. Why do I talk about this? There are different elements about it. We've seen, of course, the conflict in the African Great Lakes, where countries are still battling for resources and access and an equal distribution of those resources. But there is also another conflict with Egypt and Ethiopia, again about the equal distribution of the river Nile. It's really, really important that we get to the bottom of why we have conflicts today, and hopefully avert another major conflict in the Horn of Africa, but also in the African Great Lakes. I hope that Africans themselves will own their own issues and will find a way to resolve those issues without the shedding of blood. Thank you.